Welcome to my garden. We are going to be picking so many marigolds today, so let's go. These marigolds are called Tiger's Eye. They are so pretty. I bought them because they just have the most beautiful little details about them. Unfortunately for me, when you pick them, they actually come back with a vengeance. So I'm even picking the ones like this is its very first flower, and I'm picking it because I don't want this many flowers. Maybe I can give them to my neighbors or something. As you can see, these guys are kind of taking control of my whole garden, and they're cutting out things like tomatoes, peppers, squashes that need a little bit longer of a start. These guys can tend to grow like weeds, especially because I scattered them around so fiercely when I first planted them. Every single one of these marigolds is from a seed that sprouted in my garden. These are really good for deterring pests, especially pests that like to crawl on the ground. I'm talking moths, caterpillars, harmful nematodes apparently do not like the smell of the roots, and no bug likes the smell of the leaves. I'm also just going to come in here and weed some of these plants too, because my garden really needs a refresh. I like to come through and kind of decide what to keep and what I need to get rid of, to chop away, because if you don't, your garden will go kind of haywire, because different plants need different things. Marigolds are awesome because they just don't need that much to grow, so it's very low maintenance, but that can also mean it takes over your entire garden patch. I want to be careful of that because I have so many other plants that want to come through and they need the right amount of light. It's also always a good idea to get rid of weeds, of course. Weeding your garden, it's like taking care of you. It's like getting yourself a haircut. Oh my gosh, and it has been just so hot. So these, I think they might be flowering early because it is just so dang hot here. Sometimes I think about starting my own little bakery and giving people little bouquets of marigolds because they are such prolific growers. They'll grow throughout many, many seasons. And looks like I'm pulling some up accidentally. That's okay, I'm just going to trim off this root area here. It's so good to keep roots in the ground as much as you can. Roots provide an easy and incredibly nutritious compost for the plants around it. So try to keep them in the ground and just cut right above the roots. Now the flower petals of the marigold are actually edible. I don't find them that tasty. My boyfriend tends to like them. They can be put mostly as a salad garnish is what people use them for, but you could also brew a tea with their petals. Now these are called French marigolds, so they're not medicinal. The marigolds that are the calendula variety. These were just so pretty I couldn't resist getting them. And they really do help repel pests away from your gardens, and bees love them. Apparently ladybugs love them too. But ladybugs, even more than marigolds, they love dill plants. I planted a dill successfully in my garden. This is the first year that I've done that. And I have seen so many ladybugs. It's been off the charts. And ladybugs are specifically good at scouting out aphids and eating them. Now, I had a real problem with aphids last year getting into my bean plants, and this year I'm not having that problem, and I see ladybugs every time I go out, and I think that's why. Aphids are those really tiny, oh my gosh, that was a woodpecker, could you hear that? It was so loud. Aphids are those tiny little black, green, or white bugs that may infest your flowers specifically or new growth on your vegetable garden. They are harmful because they eat this special honeydew that all plants give out, or at least a lot of them do. And it's just really bad for the plant, and they kind of infest places, so they're a serious problem here, and one that I am so happy that I got rid of in a natural way. Because it is honestly really hard to find natural remedies that work, and I don't want to use pesticides in my garden. I feel like I've been cutting flowers forever, but I'm still not even, there's so many flowers, it's insane. Marigolds also improve the soil that they're in, so they take nutrients from the air and store it into their roots, and other plants can and will. Oh, that's a spider. Okay, sorry spider, you scared me. Maybe I'll just leave those flowers there. You can have that one. Go ahead. What was I saying? Oh my goodness, that shook me up. And other plants will happily use those nutrients, so it benefits your entire garden. Another flower that is incredibly good at that is sunflowers, and it is especially good at getting out heavy metals and toxins that may have floated down. Along those lines, I also like to give everyone a little neem bath. You take neem oil, and you want it to be pure neem oil, and you are going to mix it with some dish soap that is safe for outside. I usually use Dr. Bronner's. And then I mix in some warm water, and you'll just stir it all together and continuously stir as you pour it into the soil, and it becomes a root drench. And then the plants take into their leaves and into the entire plant this neem, and the neem actively gets rid of pests. It stops them at every phase of their life cycle. And it's all natural. It comes from a tree. A tree that maybe I should get low-key. Now, if you feel like a giant marigold forest is something that you would like to have, I have bought the seeds online, and then after they flower, you leave them to flower. So you'll leave some on the plant, and you'll wait until they dry up and die. And this part in particular will dry, and that's when you know the seeds are ready. And each little flower petal is connected to a seed in here. And you can just pull them out and scatter them all over your garden. And then you will have so many marigolds you won't even know what to do with it. If you enjoy soft garden chats, I'd love to have you around.